All right, hi again, Attorney Steve Vondran, civil litigation attorney, and we are talking in this video about criminal threats to injure. Okay, so this is kind of a timely topic, I would say, with a lot of people talking about some recent events on TV, and I think you all know what I'm talking about. So I want to go through briefly about criminal threats to injured. I've had a couple of people ask me, well, what does it mean? I mean, is it legal to make threats against other people? Can you goof around? What if you're joking? Well, I'm just going to read you the statute and let you make up your own minds as to what the law means and what it might not mean. And we are talking free speech, okay? So free speech, as we've mentioned in other videos, we have another video out there, limits on free speech. But this video talks about threats against the president, vice president, and others. The bottom line, this is very important with a lot of stuff that's going on, and for parents out there to teach your kids, to make sure your kids know what's going on. But you have to be very careful when you're approaching the line of making criminal threats or what would be perceived as a criminal threat. So we're going to talk about the federal law in this area, and in particular, two different statutes that address this issue. So again, this is very important to maybe go over with your kids and say, here's a couple statutes. This may be something good to talk about in a classroom, just so people realize that, you know, even though you're passionate and you have that free speech right to express yourself, you have to be careful that you don't go too far, okay? So first of all, let's talk about what's a threat. What is a threat? So I just Googled this. This is not what I would call a legal definition. This is what I call just a quick and dirty search. What do you find? Here's what it says. Threat, a statement of an intention to inflict pain, injury, damage, or other hostile action on someone in retribution for something done or not done. Or number two, a person or thing likely to cause damage or danger. So think about those in your case. If you think, well, maybe this applies, maybe it doesn't. These are the kinds of things that may be looked at. Of course, there's going to be other legal definitions that are going to come out of some of the case law. So again, just, this is just some general legal information. So here we have 18 USC 871. That's the United States Code. That's 18 USC 871. This says whoever knowingly and willfully deposits for conveyance in the mail or for delivery from any post office or by any letter carrier, any letter, paper, writing, print, missive, or document containing any threat to take the life of, to kidnap, or to inflict bodily harm upon the President of the United States, the President-elect, the Vice President, or other officer next in the order of succession to the office of President of the United States, or the Vice President-elect, or knowingly and willfully otherwise makes any such threat against the president, so forth and so on, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 5 years or both. So that's a pretty steep penalty. And if you're looking at that, the issues here are underlined. What's the threat to take a life? Is it a real, a perceived threat? Is it a joke? Or to inflict bodily harm? And again, what's a threat? So those are some things to think about. This is one statute that could be looked at. 18 USC 875C, subsection C, is another section that I pointed out here. Whoever transmits in interstate or foreign commerce, interstate commerce could be your internet connections, because as you know, the packets for the internet travel around the internet. So whoever transmits in interstate commerce or foreign commerce any communication containing any threat to kidnap, so kidnap's a big thing, as you can see here, any person or any threat to injure the person of another shall be fined under this title or in prison not more than 5 years or both. So that's another section dealing with, that could be one schoolmate against another. That could be somebody making a threat in interstate commerce against a politician, let's say. So there's lots of different things that could fall under this. So again, be very, very careful. This is something you should talk to your kids about, and make sure you understand that free speech does have its limits, okay? Other potential legal theories where you have maybe some threatening things going on and causing damages or emotional distress. We have a video out on intentional infliction of emotional distress, and that is really doing something extreme and outrageous that causes severe emotional distress. Okay, so that can depend on your state law theories, depending on what state you're from. You have negligent infliction of emotional distress. That is not doing it intentionally, but negligently. And then you have cyberbullying. Some states have cyberbullying laws. So these are some other theories that could pop up where you're going too far with your threats. Okay, so that's just a basic overview. I'm sure there's other theories. I just wanted to touch on this since I've had some people asking, you know, what is this legal? Is it not legal? What's going on? I'll leave it up to you all to decide. I don't like to get into politics, but that's some general information on what I have here. Okay. If you need some help with defamation, anti-SLAPP, First Amendment, social media, I've got my website down here, freespeech.attorney. Yes, I'm messing with a .attorney domain just for fun on this one, but freespeech.attorney. And there's our disclaimer. Y'all have a great day. Keep it civil. Exercise your free speech within your limits, okay? Stay safe. We'll talk again. Attorney Steve out.